Welcome to the Factual Breakdown. I'm Chris. Let's deep dive into why AI is so expensive. A few years ago, asking a computer to write an essay, create an image, or answer complex questions sounded like science fiction. Today, millions of people use AI every day. But here's something surprising. Many people think AI is just software. And software is supposed to be cheap. Once it's built, you can copy it and distribute it to millions of users at almost no cost. So why are AI companies spending billions of dollars every year? Why do AI subscriptions often cost more than streaming services? And why are the world's biggest technology companies investing hundreds of billions into AI infrastructure? The answer is simple. AI may be one of the most expensive technologies ever created. To understand why, we need to look beyond the chatbot on your screen and into the massive physical infrastructure that makes AI possible. When you type a question into an AI system, the process feels instant. You ask, it answers. But unlike a traditional search engine, which mainly retrieves existing information, an AI model generates a brand new response in real time. That requires an enormous amount of computation. And the costs start long before you ever ask a question. Before an AI model can answer anything, it has to be trained. Training means feeding the system vast amounts of information, including books, articles, websites, research papers, code, and many other sources. Think of it as building a digital brain from scratch. This process can take months and requires thousands of specialized computer chips working around the clock. These chips are called GPUs. They were originally designed for video games, but they turned out to be extremely effective at the mathematical calculations needed for artificial intelligence. The problem is that advanced AI GPUs are incredibly expensive. Some cost tens of thousands of dollars each. And companies don't buy a handful of them. They buy thousands, sometimes tens of thousands. The hardware alone can cost billions of dollars. But buying the chips is only part of the story. Those chips need electricity, a lot of it. Modern AI data centers consume enormous amounts of power, sometimes comparable to the electricity usage of entire towns. And wherever there's power, there is heat. Rows of AI servers generate so much heat that large cooling systems are required just to keep the equipment running safely. So companies are not only paying for hardware. They're also paying for energy, cooling, networking, buildings, maintenance, and specialized engineering teams. And here's something many people don't realize. The spending doesn't stop after training. Every AI conversation costs money. Every question, every image generated, every line of code written, each request requires computation inside a data center somewhere in the world. When millions of people use AI simultaneously, millions of computational tasks must be processed simultaneously. This creates a major difference between AI and traditional software. Traditional software often becomes cheaper as more people use it. AI doesn't always work that way. More users often mean more computing costs, which means companies must continuously build more infrastructure to keep up with demand. And the scale is staggering. Technology giants are investing hundreds of billions of dollars into new data centers, advanced chips, and power infrastructure. What appears to be a simple chatbot is actually supported by one of the largest technological ecosystems ever created. At the same time, companies are locked in a global competition. The goal isn't just to build smarter AI. It's to build smarter AI before competitors do. Of course, there is good news. AI is becoming more efficient. Engineers continue to improve hardware. Researchers develop better training methods. And new generations of chips perform more calculations while using less energy. But history suggests something interesting. As technology becomes cheaper, people usually use much more of it. So even if the cost of each AI task falls, total demand could rise even faster. Which leads to an important question. If AI becomes deeply integrated into education, healthcare, science, business, entertainment, and everyday life, who will build and control the infrastructure that powers it? Because beneath every AI conversation lies a vast network of chips, data centers, electricity, and engineering expertise. The chatbot is what we see, The infrastructure is what makes it possible. And that's the real reason AI is so expensive. Not because the software is magical, but because generating intelligence at a global scale requires an extraordinary amount of physical infrastructure operating behind the scenes. The future of AI may be digital, but the cost of making it possible is surprisingly physical. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Factual Breakdown.